Hi, my name is Lindsay Norland, and this is my project on the greenhouse gas effect in global warming. To start off, I'll talk about what exactly the greenhouse gas effect is, and it's when sunlight passes down through the atmosphere and warms the earth. The earth then gives off infrared radiation, and that travels up towards space, and most of it goes through the atmosphere, but a lot of it gets trapped by the greenhouse gases within the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases keep the earth warm, and they are actually vital for the survival of plants and animals. The most notable greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide, and it's naturally present in the atmosphere. This first chart shows the most common greenhouse gases and their sources and stuff like that. Carbon dioxide does make up 50% of the current greenhouse gas contribution by humans, and it's mostly from coal, oil, and natural gas burning. And as you can see, chlorofluorocarbons and methane and nitrous oxide are also all affected by fossil fuels. The table below that I made shows how long the greenhouse gases stay within the atmosphere, and carbon dioxide can stay in the atmosphere for up to 1,000 years, which is concerning since it makes up over half the atmosphere. Humans are a big part of greenhouse gas emissions, and the biggest thing comes from the burning of fossil fuels, which we use in producing electricity, transportation, industry, and commercial and residential. Agriculture and livestock have an effect on the atmosphere, as well as deforestation, because the more trees we cut down, the less there are to actually absorb the carbon dioxide within the atmosphere. There are also possible causes for greenhouse gases and global climate change happening. The Earth has natural fluctuations in temperature, and these occur over thousands of years, but humans have expedited the process. Changes in the sun's energy output could be having an effect on climate change based off the intensity of the sunlight and the Earth's orbit. And changes in the Earth's reflectivity, also known as albedo, could have a big effect because white surfaces like ice are reflect sunlight away from the Earth, cooling it. And as the ice melts, there are more dark sources like the ocean that absorb this heat and contribute to global climate change. Okay, some signs of global warming include that the Arctic is becoming more acidic. This is happening all over the ocean, but it's especially bad for the Arctic because CO2 is absorbed into cold water more easily. Sea ice is melting, as you can see in the picture. The ice line has receded a lot within the past 20 years. And also, sea level rising is a sign of global warming. The picture shows the Maldives, and they are currently already having to move inland because the sea levels are rising. And it's a big cause for concern because worldwide, 80% of people live in coastal regions. Other signs include Mount Everest melting, glacial retreat, hotter days and warmer oceans, extreme weather events, and decreased snow cover globally. So, is global warming our fault? We have upset the balance of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The Earth can normally create a balance by heating the Earth and also controlling carbon dioxide through the trees. But since the Industrial Revolution, you can see that carbon dioxide has skyrocketed in the atmosphere, and that goes along with the temperature increase. Um, Changes in the land itself by deforestation and building and things like that, the temperature has also increased. And if we don't act now to make a difference, our temperatures could continue to climb. The sea levels would rise as glacial foundations melted, and many animals would lose their habitat. Also, humans could lose their homes based off rising sea levels. The ocean's ecosystems could be devastated as ocean temperatures rise. Um, Health wise, there could be increased illness if the climate changes to a more hot and muggy climate. And air pollution would also cause more health problems. Uh, Drinking reservoirs like rivers, streams, things like that, that rely on snow to be filled could be diminished, so that would be a problem. Um, and dry conditions would lead to increased wildfires. But it is not too late to change our ways and stop global climate change. Redesigning the human systems currently in place would help us to be less harmful for the environment. Stabilizing the population growth is very important so we're not using more and more resources. Restoring forests would help uh, absorb some of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Turning to renewable energy sources is a big one because fossil fuels have such a negative effect on the atmosphere. Preserving wildlife areas and conserve energy and water are all ways that we can improve the planet and stop global climate change.